Hey guys, so today we're going to be looking at a 4-minute guide to Tristana, and I know I've been doing these more in-depth ones recently, and honestly I started to do a draft for that today, and I realized actually there isn't too much to Tristana, and I can compact it down into this kind of bite-sized video. So AD carries often require a lot of mechanics, right? You kind of know what you want to do, but am I good enough or am I able to pull that off? And Tristana's not really the same. Like, it's not really about mechanics or that she's hard to play, it's more about your decision making and what you use when. Like, do I activate my Q now? Do I have enough damage with my explosive charge if I ult him? Do I jump? This is stuff that isn't actually hard to do or to pull off, but you have to make the right choice. The biggest reason you'd ever pick Tristana over anyone else is because of her incredible late game. Like, it's actually insane. She has so much range, so much damage, and is really safe with her jump and also her knockback from her ultimate. So starting with the boring stuff, mastery, standard 21-9. She doesn't really have any low cooldown abilities, so weaving isn't needed, and we'll put the points into warlord instead. Runes, again, very standard. 80 reds, armor yellows, attack speed quints, and blues are the only ones that you can really mix it up a little bit. You can go for a mix of magic resist and attack speed. Like, personally, I take 6 attack speed and 3 magic resist. So build, like, while Trist has some AD scaling now with her E, you're still going to be mainly relying on auto attacks for damage outside of the lane phase. So Infinity Edge is going to be your core to start with, and starts to be effective earlier than a lot of others actually, because your Q gives you that boost of attack speed. So since you're relying on crits for damage, Phantom Dancer is going to be the best option for your attack speed. Though if you're behind and you need to catch up a little bit, Static Shiv is still going to be a good choice because it is going to be cheaper and accelerate your build a little bit. So Bloodthirster is almost always a better third item, but if they have a huge tank line with armor, then you might have to get a Last Whisper third instead. So rounding out your build depends on the game. If you're really struggling, get a GA. If you're against poke or hard CC, Banshees, not really being hit at all, then get another Phantom Dancer for 90% crit. So lane phase. Tristana's lane phase is stronger than people give her credit for. Your E is going to be your main way of trading and your main source of damage. You pop that onto someone's head, you auto a few times, and you just watch the fireworks. You really have kind of two choices in lane. Like, you either want to just last hit, keep the wave in the middle of the lane so you can jump on them and fight, or you want to push them into tower and force them to miss CS and focus on farming rather than trading with you. Tristana is naturally really good at clearing waves because of her passive on her E, and is one of the reasons why she can naturally get a lead against people like Vayne and Ezreal, who can't really stop you pushing. The biggest thing to make sure is you don't get pushed in. Like, that is the worst thing that can ever happen to you. Your E will mess up all your CS under tower and you are going to fall behind. Now, if you're going to kill people in lane, there are two things you want to remember. Number one, your jump does bonus damage based on how many stacks of your E are on the target. So you apply E, you hit them a few times first, and then you're going to jump on them for more damage. So second thing, the damage from your jump, your E, and your ultimate is crazy, and worst case, like, you're going to send them flying away with a huge chunk of health missing. So don't be afraid to test your damage. Like, honestly, you're probably going to surprise yourself. Team fighting, Tristana's mid game is a bit meh. Like, she doesn't really have any reliable ability damage, and her auto attacks aren't doing enough to carry just yet. The first thing I'm going to say, for the sake of every single team that plays with you, okay, are you ready? Don't use your jump forwards to go into a fight. Please just don't jump into the enemy team. Unless you are 100% sure that the fight's over and you're mopping up kills, just don't jump in. So now we've sorted the number one reason why Tristana players die a lot, let's look at what you should actually do. Biggest things are auto attack as much as you can. Your range is huge by this point and you can get away with a lot. Don't activate your Q at the very start of a fight. Like, use it when the engage has happened and you know you can attack for the full duration. Your Q has a really long cooldown and it's a really important boost to your damage. Other than that, you're pretty safe with your range, your jump, and your ultimate to knock people back, which is why she's a great late game carry. So anyway, that wraps up the guide to Tristana, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next video.